Hello everyone, this is Brianne Falgien from Falgien, Warr, and Iyer PC. I'm a partner here and I would like to talk to you today about what goes into your personal injury case. So typically here at FWI we handle car accident cases and we also handle premises liability cases such as slip and fall, trip and falls, or other types of negligence cases. Car collision cases have a 3-year statute of limitations, so we must either settle those cases or file suit within 3 years from the date of the collision. Premises liability type cases, your slip and fall, trip and falls, must be filed or settled within 2 years. I'd like to spend some time today talking about what happens from the day of the injury up until the time we either settle your case or file that lawsuit. I get these questions often during consultation and throughout the duration of these cases, and I'd like to address them so that you have something to look back to. Once you are in a car collision, you start receiving medical treatment. Same thing applies for slip and fall, trip and fall type incidents and other negligence cases. You will start receiving medical treatment and we will work with the insurance companies involved in the case, the at-fault insurance companies, to try to get resolution for you. However, we will not start working on that until we understand the damages in your case. So we want you to receive medical treatment and we want to try to get you back to who you were the day before the collision. And at that time, we will be in a position to fully understand your damages. Damages meaning pain and suffering, medical bills, future medical bills, loss of enjoyment of life, permanency, those types of damages. And until you're done treating or close to done treating, and basically at maximum medical improvement, we will not understand those damages. And so we want to get you to that point, and we're certainly here to help you with medical treatment. Once you are placed at maximum medical improvement or close to that, that is when we will start ordering your records and bills from your various medical providers. We will collect your wage loss documentation to prove up any economic losses, out-of-pocket expenses, and we will work with you and your family members, friends, colleagues, any folks that know you and understand what you've been through to get a good grasp on your pain and suffering and loss of enjoyment of life and how this has affected you. Then we will work with your doctors to get a clear understanding of future medical needs you require and any permanent injuries you've sustained. At that point, we will be in a position to put together what's called a demand package. So we will write a very thorough letter. It's a medical chronology starting with how the incident occurred, and we will use exhibits for that, such as police reports, photographs, statements, incident reports, anything like that to summarize how the injury itself occurred. We will then talk about all of your medical treatment, your medical bills. We will add those up. It will be the billed amount of the medical visit, not what health insurance paid or what you paid out of pocket. And then we will talk about your future medical bills. We will add those up. We will cite 2 medical doctors who have stated you need or require future medical needs. We will talk about permanent injuries. And we will use all of your documentation that we've collected during the case to support your pain and suffering components. And we will put a value on all of these categories of damages. We will receive your authority to start negotiating the case based on the numbers we've come up with. We typically have a range of settlement, so we will start out with a high number, and then we have a lower number in which we believe your case is worth, or a reasonable value in which we should consider settling your case should you authorize us to do so. And we will work with the insurance companies and negotiate with them to try to reach that settlement value. If we are in a situation where we can't get in the range of reasonableness for various reasons, whether it be the insurance company is denying liability, denying negligence for the case, or they believe your injuries aren't caused by this collision or the slip and fall, or they're just not valuing the damages the same way we are, we will discuss filing a lawsuit. That is typically how a personal injury case works. Litigation would last somewhere between 3 months to another year or so, and that is a different FYI from FWI, so you can look forward to one of these regarding what litigation entails. However, that is a good overview of the life of a personal injury case. 2 questions that I always get during consultation or when I'm representing my clients throughout their case is, how long is this going to take? And how I answer that is it really is dependent on you. Personal injury cases are personal. They're personal to the individual. Every individual is different. Some of my clients are treating for 3 months following an incident. Some of them are treating for a year. Some of them are treating at 3 years when the statute of limitations on a car collision case runs. So it really is dependent on you, because like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we don't want to try to resolve your case until we understand your damages. And your damages are very personal to you. It depends on how much medical treatment you need and when you're done or close to being done, so we can understand what that looks like in terms of medical bills and future medical bills. It depends on when you're back to work or done sustaining wage loss. It depends on when you're able to go back to your recreational activities and start skiing and snowboarding and hiking again, picking up your children. This is all dependent on you, and I certainly wouldn't want to settle your case until I understand those damages. So we will walk the line in terms of what you need and what you require for medical treatment, and we will clearly understand your damages, and we will get documentation to support those, and then we will move forward with a settlement. It's a one-time settlement. Once we settle your case, it can't be reopened. And so we want to make sure that lump sum that we get for you truly includes all the damages that you've sustained, both past and future. Another question I get is, how much is my case worth? And again, that is dependent on your particular damages. And I often get this question right after a collision or an incident has occurred. And that is impossible to answer, because you do have to stay the course and go through your medical treatment, and we need to gather this evidence of your damages to fully understand what your case is worth. So I wouldn't be able to know what your case is worth the day after the collision, because your damages have not been realized yet. However, I would be able to value your case when you're done treating or at maximum medical improvement, or we kind of understand what you've had for past medical treatment, and now we know what you need for future medical treatment, and we understand your permanency, your wage loss, your pain and suffering, all those types of damages. So really, the valuing part of your case comes at that demand letter, demand package stage in the case, when we're gathering everything, we have everything put together in a nice letter, a nice package, and we're getting ready to send that off to the insurance adjusters or the at-fault parties, and we're going to let them review that information for about 30 days, then we're going to start negotiating. That's when I can answer the question about how much is your case worth. So I hope this was helpful to you today to understand the lifeline or timeline of a personal injury case. This is a very basic general overview. There are many more complicating factors that go into these types of cases. There are different types of cases, certainly dog bites, premises liability, car collision cases, a variety of different factors and facts and positions that go into these types of cases, different evaluations. But this is a general analysis of what we do, how we look at things, and kind of where we're headed to try to reach a value in a settlement of your case. If you need our help with a personal injury case, or you want to talk to us about questions, you can always reach us at www.fwilegal.com or by calling 303-731-4790.